How's it going, everyone? This video is for you, Quentin. I'm actually really excited about this contest. I thought it was just a really cool thing. I think everyone does cool ideas with contests, but sometimes it's funny just to make it more easy. Pick out 10 random records and show them, and there's a great opportunity for me to pick out some of this random, a lot of times my favorite records I own are like the random obscure little things that like no one seemed to know that I never knew before buying them. Just so you know what you're listening to, it's awesome. I know you're a hip hop fan. I got this the Far Side Lab Cap in California, which is my personal favorite Far Side record, and it's a 3-disc set put out by Delicious Vinyl with the album, the instrumentals, and the remixes. So it comes in a really cool little box set here with all three different versions, CD holders, as well as a booklet. Jay Dilla does a lot of production on this album. He does like 6 or 7 tracks. But if you don't know this album, check it out. It's classic. So I'm just going to jump right into them. I might not have too much to say about all of them, but let's see. This is a really fun record. You can tell by the cover. It's a singer-songwriter whose name is Dean Friedman, and the album is called Well, Well, Said the Rocking Chair. This is based off the first song, Rocking Chair, where basically it's all like, you know, well, the cup said this to me, and the rug said this, and it's like this really, he's just a really fun storyteller. I'm telling you, it's from an album label called Live Song Records in 1978. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of easy listening sometimes. I mean, it's like, it's got a beat, but it sounds kind of like a yacht rock type of sound from like the 70s, 80s. But dude's really cool, and you can tell from the artwork here. It says here, take a look at the place you call your home. You're reflected in all the things you own, said the cuckoo clock. That's the cuckoo clock. You see his face is in here, the chair, the clock, in the rug. Things all to see. But it's just a really fun record. It's really cool. I got it for $1. I found it in a bunch of records I was looking through at Wax and Facts, which is the record store I loved in Atlanta. When me and Mary went to Atlanta. So Dean Friedman. I need to bust this one back out. I found this one for $3. Those stickers you hate. Way back in the day, in the early days of my collecting, a couple of years ago. Great album. I always cherished it. I need to listen to it again. This really cool singer-songwriter called a guy named Joelvance put out an album called What I Did on My Vacation. And I love the picture. It's just him hanging out in this bare white room with a bed, in bed with a beer in his hand, cigarette in his mouth, and a guitar next to him with a blanket over it. Some weird writing on the back here too, but I'm not even gonna go into it. But he's a really cool rock type of guy. Cool label called Cadet Concept. This is the promotional copy. So Joelvance, probably the one album he did. I haven't listened to it in a while, so I just forgot my facts about it. I got this not too long ago. This is awesome. This is on a Latin label called Audiolatino, and this record sleeve is just such a classic record sleeve, classic record cover. It's a gentleman named Morris Albert, and the album is called After We've Left Each Other. So you tell this is the English version. He has a song called, his popular song is called Dime, and Dime I think is feelings in Spanish. And so this is really like pretty guitar song. And then they have an English version on side B when he sings the same song. Just search Morris Albert, a song called Feelings. Feelings. But then he has some really cool stuff, like a song called Gypsy, Falling Tears. I mean, he actually is a really great guitar player, and I think it's just such an obscure record, and I like that stuff. And Audiolatino recording. So yeah, such a classic sleeve. I pulled this one out because I'm actually seeing Fleetwood Mac in almost 5 days now. 5 days, starting tomorrow. This coming Monday, me and my father are going. I bought tickets for a Father's Day gift for him. I've never seen them. He's never seen them. first time I've ever been to a big concert like that with my father ever before, so I'm really excited. I think we've never been to a concert together. Fleetwood Mac, Tango in the Night. I know a lot of people talk about Rumors. Rumors is great, so is Tusk. But I feel this is an album that I've really started to love. It's from the year I was born, 1987. And came out a few albums later, after Rumors. A couple after Rumors. And just really, really great stuff on this Fleetwood Mac album. Plus, this cover is fantastic, Tango in the Night. And the songs are just so great. And the songwriting in particular, and the guitar playing in particular, from Lindsey Buckingham is very, there's some hard edge to it. It's just really, really busts out his chops on the guitar on this album. Like the song itself, Tangled in the Night, is great. Caroline is a great song. Welcome to the Room, Sarah. Big Love. Seven Wonders. I remember the first time this record's really, really great. But yeah, I mean, this is a really underrated, great Fleetwood Mac album, Tangled in the Night, that people should know more about. I like that photo of them, too. Steve looks pretty badass. You can go back to one of my previous videos and hear the first two songs of this album. This is a real special find for me. It's a little, it plays okay, almost perfectly, but it's just a little bit warped, so I want to get a new copy. I want to find a cheap copy online. It's on a Christian label called Lamb and Lion, right, from 1982, and I've never heard this type of Christian music because it's really pushing into like progressive rock territory, like proggy. It's a Christian band called Function, and the album is called Play It Maestro. Really, really cool cover with this guy Maestro playing over here, and this guy is like a sad clown. I think it's really interesting artwork. I need to delve more into looking at this picture, but just considering, you know, my Christian background, you know, I just kind of get the idea of this guy who's wearing this clown makeup and mask, because it's not really like who he really is and who he really wants to be. I think he's trying to portray himself more as someone different in public rather than, you know, really who he is deep down, being a follower of Christ. And maybe sometimes it's hard for people to confess that. Maybe something like that. But the songs are great. Listen to the first songs, 2 songs on my video, Queen of Nothing and Unborn Child. I mean, Unborn Child is just like unbelievable. The song is just so dense about, you know, a woman, like, you know, with, I mean, coming from an unborn child who was, a baby that was, when abortion was done. So interesting stuff. Really, really interesting, really cool stuff. This is really, really cool record to just dive into. I mean, Mark, Glass Orchid Aftermath, you really should check this out. Gavin Fryday, another singer-songwriter I feel like does not get enough rep. I found one of his records in the stores and I'm so excited. This is on Island Records from 1992. This is called Adam and Eve. Great songs on here. Amazing song called Falling Off the Edge of the World. Again, I need to listen to this album more, but Falling Off the Edge of the World is great. I got this also during, actually I got this at Criminal Records in Atlanta. I was a bigger fan of Wax and Facts, but there's Criminal Records in Atlanta. And first time I ever heard Gavin Fryday, I always loved the song off the Romeo and Juliet soundtrack called Angel. Unbelievable song from his album Shag Tabasco. Tabasco. Really, really great guy. He's from Ireland, I think, or Dublin. I think it's Ireland, and he's really renowned and like a lot of high praise. He's worked with a lot of people, and he's like close with like people like Bono, and I guess I'm just saying people like Bono. I can't think of it on top of my head, but more than Bono. But he's well known in that genre, and in a nice collective of people. Really great 80s record that no one will probably ever find and ever get the chance to listen to in the entire vinyl community except me, on a record label called Applause Records, APPLAUZ, 1984. Just an awesome 80s record with an amazing, really great cover. A guy named Rick Bowles, and the album is called No Man's Land. Just such a classic, cheesy but so rockin' out 80s sound in this album here. I just think the record is classic sleeve, classic picture. record label is really cool. Applause Records. And yeah, I might do some. I gotta do some needle drops on this stuff because I'm pulling out great stuff. You're making me pull out some great stuff, Quentin. I know this isn't always your cup of tea. I know you have great taste in music, but I know a lot of this stuff isn't stuff I normally see you show. But you guys still listen to it. Actually, this last two are great for you. But this is reminds me of Chris Antonick. Antonick. Why am I saying Antonick? It's so weird. Chris. I just pulled out like Dixieland Farms. Chris. I just dropped some kid's name from like high school that I never ever talked to. Because Chris's last name in the VC is too hard for me to say. Chris, this is, I found this when I was digging with Chris. It's on a record label called WiFi Records, W-H-Y, WiFi Records from 1981. Really, really awesome dude. Robert Ellis Oral, and the album's called Fixation. So it's kind of a play on oral fixation. The cover of his sleeve is so, another one, really classic. Woman is sort of like, you know, biting down and having oral fixation with a picture of him. And on the backside you get this dude who's just eating up the actual album cover that you see over here. Classic J Dilla. Really great. I mean, like, dude is just such a fun record. Dude is all over. I hear punk influences, I hear rock, I hear pop. He's got people playing saxophone, B3, fretless infinite sustained guitar. Chris loved that. But Robert Ellis Oral plays the keyboards and does the lead vocals. I don't know how to explain this enough. I mean, people just have to trust me on this thing. Honestly, people just need to trust me on how good this is. Maybe like more like a new wavy, like an 80s new wave type of sound at times, but he's all over. This record is very all over the map. I'm a huge fan of it. Now I can see you listen to this a lot. Lonnie Liston Smith. It's the only album I have. I never knew this guy beforehand, but it's freaking awesome. He's the keyboard player. He's incredible. This is his album Live. It's on what's the record label? RCA. Yeah, it's on RCA, Victor. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Lonnie Liston Smith. I mean, I was never familiar with Lonnie Liston Smith. There's 4 songs on each side of this, but the crowd is so involved in this. The record is such a great recording in terms of live performances. Check out the song Sorceress. It's the opening track, and you'll be blown away right away. Highly recommend check out live Lonnie Liston Smith. And the last one, bring back some of the hip hop. This is one of my favorite MCs in the last couple years, more recently too, and he's been around for a bit. A guy named Astronautalis. I have a CD of his I'm going to show. Don't count this in my 10. I saw him in person. I started listening to this album and I loved it. I downloaded it. It's called his newest album is called This Is Our Science, which I think is one of his best records. Dude is amazing. Dude can really freestyle. Another really cool thing. So this is Our Science. I had him sign it. I saw him play in this really famous, like really small little house basement club called The Milestone in Charlotte. It's like a basement with graffiti over the walls, and it's been around for a really long time. And people like Nirvana used to play there in the past. It's been there forever. A lot of punk bands played there. So here we got this here. Man, I hope I'm not going too long. I gotta finish this up. So this is Astronautalis' very first album called You and Your Good Ideas. It's very lo-fi. It was recorded in like his parents' basement, or his mom's bathroom, he says. And I had him sign it for me, and it was really awesome. Me and Mary both saw him live. It's a 2 LP set. Tim and Mary, Love is Hard, You Work Hard, Best of Luck, Astronautalis. And then I had the 2 guys that play with his band that he tours with a lot sign it as well. So this is great, and this is from 2005. And I'm just really glad to have a copy of this to actually keep on our own as me and Mary and share this, since they're both signed for me and her. So please check out Astronautalis. I can't recommend Astronautalis enough. Search him on YouTube, Quentin. He is your dude. And I promise you, you will come back to me about him. Thanks for the contest. Hope you enjoyed some of the random stuff I showed. Take care. Congratulations, by the way, on your 200.